We continue to monitor the growing civil war between two of the most powerful figures in the modern Republican Party, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, and of course former President Trump running for a third time in 2024. And we have now reached an instance where Mitch McConnell has given his most harsh words yet towards Donald Trump from the standpoint of elections and specifically talking about the candidates that Trump backed in the primaries and Mitch McConnell saying that the Trump backed candidate is the reason why Republicans had a worse than expected performance in the midterms. He had alluded to this in the summer before this year's midterms. In a press conference, he vaguely referenced candidate quality as an important factor in determining who would win elections. Kind of a shot at people like Herschel Walker and Blake Masters, who were seen by many as candidates that weren't qualified enough and were too far to the right and unable to resonate with the voters that they needed to win in the contested swing states. And now Mitch McConnell has come back with an even more damning statement of Trump, um, saying that he will be the guy that will be actively looking for equality candidates to promote in the primaries, people who he believes to be more electable, and instead of the Trump uh, people who typically are election deniers and further to the right and unable to appeal to the moderate voters. McConnell saying that he thinks that the former President Trump's political clout has diminished, which, based on some of the polling we've seen, seems to be partially true. Trump losing by, depending on the poll, some were sometimes around 20 points to Ron DeSantis in a hypothetical 2024 Republican primary. So no longer the Trump train and solo control of the Republican Party that he once had just a couple years ago. McConnell, as I said before, mentioning the bad candidates: Arizona, New Hampshire with Don Bolduc, and of course, Georgia with Herschel Walker, saying that they lost the support from independents and the moderate Republicans because the candidates Trump picked were too far to the right. Rick Scott, the guy who tried to challenge Mitch McConnell for the Senate leadership spot just around a month ago, holding a different view that the reason why Republicans lost was because they didn't have a clear policy agenda. Rick Scott has a 10-point plan to save America that he's been promoting and pushing for something for Republicans to run on and um so it could be a combination of both. Republicans would probably get more success if their candidates were a little more moderate to get those swing voters and ran more specific campaigns with policy ideas that would be appealing to normal voters. Um, Mitch McConnell also talking about the overturning of Roe v. Wade, saying that helped Democrats. So another significant damning statement of Trump by Mitch McConnell here, and saying that he will put in his own effort to not let the same thing happen to the Republican Party in 2024. Whether Mitch McConnell will have the power to do this, or whether it will really be Ron DeSantis or still Trump, that's ultimately the kingmaker for Republican candidates in 2024 primaries, that remains to be seen.